101. This is show number 23. Show number 23, and it's entitled, What's Wrong with the Bengals? What is wrong with the Cincy Bengals? Week number 4. I'm diving into now the Cincinnati Bengals. It's that bad in Cincy already. My gosh. What is going on? New coach. New system. They're a disaster already. So let me just slow down a little bit. I know I'm just hyped because it's the NFL season. And there's a number of teams that just nosediving real fast. So let me give a shout out to Podbean for helping us out consistently over the past several months. Thank you, Podbean. Thank you, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Google Play. Thank you, Spotify. Excuse me. And thank you, YouTube. Yeah, we have over 261 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you for listening to us on YouTube. So, with that said, I'm doing a marathon right now. What's wrong with certain teams? Yes, it's time to do a marathon. Another marathon. That's what I'm doing. In the studio. Wow. And this is show number 23. What's wrong with the Bengals? I'm from Ohio. I'm from the Dayton, Cincinnati area, and it's bad. And it's a good thing. Let me just say this. Oh wow, I'm starting off. It was a good thing that they got rid of Marvin Lewis, the previous head coach. 16-year head coach. I've been asking for that for like at least 6 of the 16 years. He overstayed his welcome for over at least 6 years. So now they have new head coach. That's right. New head coach Zach Taylor. They pulled him from a young 35-year-old, pulled him from the LA Rams. Fresh. He worked with the quarterbacks. Hello? Yet he wasn't head coach before. He worked with the quarterbacks with LA. And I don't know his coaching history. And I'm going to dive into that a little bit. But, let me just say, if you have any questions, email me at ejb88@92@gmail.com. ejb88@92@gmail.com. So this one is even more personal. Why? Because I got family, friend, and myself tied to the Bengals. The Bungles. And again, this is a very talented team. At least on the surface. Yet, they have a new head coach. And let me just say this. Since he tries to do things so nice, so cordial, so polite, you gotta make things not good in Cincy land. And you gotta call them out for what they are. Last night, it was a Monday night. It was a Monday night against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. And they got trounced by the lame, and I do mean lame, Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin's lame Pittsburgh. For the record, the Steelers are lame. I had to put that out there. For the record, the Steelers are lame. But anyway, the lame Steelers crushed the lamer Cincinnati Bengals. Now the Bengals would get the Steelers in November 24th, right around Thanksgiving time. So we'll see how the Bengals look then against the Steelers. But for right now, they look bad. And I'm not going to dog out too much of first-year coach Zach Taylor. He's clueless. He brings another energy, but right now they're clueless. When I saw them in preseason, the Bengals look fast. They look fast. Skilled athletes. They look faster. But they're clueless. They don't have a heart. They've lost their edge, their nastiness. I know they had to clean house with some bad players. And they did have some bad players under Marvin Lewis, which was really sad to see. Bad players. I mean, what I mean by bad players, dirty players, played the game dirty. And now they clean house from those dirty players. And now they have nice players, but not the higher level players that you should have. Particularly in the AFC North. It's physical. It's a physical game. You gotta have a bit more physicality in the AFC North because you're going against the Steelers, Ravens, and Browns particularly during the cold weather months. So you gotta have some physicality. So anyway, the Bengals look bad. And again, starting with the quarterback, you know him. I'm so tired of him already. Andy Dalton, come on. 9th year. Is it 9 years already? It could be 9 years. 9th year already. And Andy Dalton, let me just say, it's sad to see Andy Dalton really choking. He always forces things. He's a good quality quarterback, but he tends to force his throws. He tends to force his throws again and again and again. And he's not a good decision making either, but he at least has a better arm. He has a better arm than a lot of quarterbacks. But he tends to try to force it all the time. And you would think in 9 years, he would make better decisions. Excuse me. I told you I'm fighting a little, improving on the cold. It's clearing up. But yes, Andy Dalton, come on. You look bad. It's so sad to see. So the number one problem is Andy Dalton. I start there. 9 years in the league. That's the reason why the Bengals drafted Ryan Finley from NC State, rookie. He's going to see action before the end of the year. Because Andy Dalton's days are numbered. They will trade him. Andy Dalton will be traded by the end of the season or benched. I don't think he's going to be benched. I think, well, yes, he will. But Andy Dalton, his days are numbered. He's not that well liked as an institution in Cincy, so he can be traded. Again, that's the reason why you got to go to the younger guy, Ryan Finley, and with the new head coach, he's going to make a move. I see that coming. Everyone sees that coming. And let me just say, my friends in Cincy, loyal Cincy followers, loyal Cincy ticket holders, it's embarrassing. They feel embarrassed that another season is wasted. That their money is wasted. Wasted. So you have to start with the quarterback. They gave it up to Andy Dalton again and again. Pointing the finger in a lot of places. And rightly so at Marvin Lewis. But when you get rid of a head coach, guess what? You got to get rid of the quarterback too. When the old head coach goes, guess what? The quarterback got to go too. Because you have a new head coach, new coaching staff, and they got to bring in their players. And sorry, Andy Dalton, you got to go. It's that bad. And then they really don't know what to do with their running backs. You got Joe Mixon. You got Giovanni Bernard, who I really like. Then you got Trayvon Williams. And they bring in these other skilled athletes. You got Tyler Boyd as wide receiver. You got Tyler Eifert, great tight end. And they're not using John Ross enough. And we know AJ Green is injured. You got talent on the wide receivers. But they just don't know how to get things together on offense. And the defense, man, defense looked bad. Looked pathetic. Drake Kirkpatrick. Cornerback. Sean Williams. Safety. William Jackson III. Come on. And Jesse Bates. Please. Wow. What happened to the defense? There's no physicality, like I said, on the defensive side. Other than Geno Atkins, there's nobody there that's scary, that's physical, that brings the pain. And when you don't have that on defense, the other team is not scared of you at all. So there's no physicality on defense. And you're left with a shell of an offense. And hothead, and I did say hothead, Andy Dalton tries to force everything. He forces everything. So you're left with a faster team, but no direction at all. No direction at all. And it's really sad to see that you have offensive coordinator Brian Callahan, 10 years of NFL experience, and Alex Van Pelt, quarterback's coach, leading this offense, but they look bad. It's so sad. It's embarrassing. It was pathetic that you have some talent, not a lot of talent, but you're going to have to clean house completely in Cincy. After this year, completely change out the quarterback, the running backs. AJ Green will be back, but he's going to be older, a bit slower, and you really need to beef up that defense. You have to start from scratch on defense. So it's going to be at least 4 to 5 years before the Bengals really get back. Because it's a cleaning house. And that's what's wrong with the Bengals. I said Andy Dalton, and then I just said number 2, clean house. Clean house. Offensively and defensively. So number 1, Andy Dalton. Number two, you know the coach is not going nowhere because he's a young guy. He just got hired. Number two, clean house. Offensively and defensively. Period. That's the solution. That's what's got to happen in Cincy. Bench Andy Dalton. And clean house. Bench Andy Dalton and clean house. It's simple as that. Because you look at their schedule. Next they play Arizona. They can beat Arizona. My gosh. I've already dogged out Cardinals. That should be a good win for the Bengals. That should get them to solidify, say, we can do some things. And if they lose against Arizona, oh my gosh, Andy Dalton will go down real fast. But Arizona is really good medicine right now. After being trounced by the Steelers, embarrassed on Monday night, and allowing the Steelers to feel good about themselves, in which they are a lame team in the South. That's what I really didn't like. I'm from the Cincy area. You gave the Steelers, who are a lame team, to feel good about themselves. Lame. So I see the Bengals bouncing back against the Cardinals. And then they go to Baltimore. Oh, Lord. Then after that, they host Jacksonville. Very physical team. Oh. And then they go to London to face the Rams. Wow. And then the bye. It's going to be a long season for the Bengals. The Bengals. Because after the bye, they play Baltimore. Then they go to Oakland. Oh, Lord. Then they host Pittsburgh. Then they has the Jets. Yay! Jets. Then they go to Cleveland. Oh, Lord. Then they host Patriots. Oh, Lord. Then they go to Miami. Yay! And then they finish with Cleveland at home. So, again, the bottom line is, this is the last year for Andy Dalton. And they have to clean house offensively and defensively. Look for the draft. The coaching staff is young. They're learning. Hopefully they're learning on a fast track. And hopefully they're bringing in some of that LA Ram philosophy real fast. So, again, what's wrong with the Bengals? How many times I gotta say it? I'm being real with this, folks. I'm being real with this. Bench Andy Dalton. Bring in Ryan Finley. Clean house offensively and defensively. That's what's wrong with the Bengals. And of course, ownership is so nice. Mike Brown and the Paul Brown Stadium. Mike Brown. They're politicians. It's the creme de la creme of the NFL. Mike Brown. Oh wow, president owner. They're not gonna do too much. They're gonna stay the course, but they need to make complete wholesale changes, offensively and defensively. And yes, I'm saying it. Andy Dalton, this is your last year. That's it. That's football 101. Gotta call it like I see it. Even in the Cincinnati area, my Cincy folks, my hometown folks, my homies in Cincy, it's going to get bad and even worse. And hopefully you will not lose your composure, lose it completely. In the stadium, I'm almost thinking about, hopefully you won't lose it completely and give up your season tickets. Cause again, it's so tiring. It's so tiring to be a Cincinnati Bengals season ticket holder. Cause they're so dedicated. They're so nice. They just don't get rough. They just don't get loud. They need a little bit angst to them. Start throwing stuff. Like I said, get a little angry. Get a lot angry. Just don't take it. That's the Cincy crowd just taking it. At this time, don't take it. Stand up for the Bengals. For a new day. This is AFC North. We can't stand it any longer. I'm done. This is football. This is football 101. And this is show number 23. 23. What's wrong with the Bengals? I said it. Andy Dalton and clean slate with the offensive defense. I'm out, folks. I'm done. This is football